So they want to do a little bit of prep before we get back underway, and they will get the 1 to go sign from the Wheatland Outlaw, Mike Striegel, up on the flag stand. Told you temperatures earlier today were in the mid-90s. By the time we get nightfall, we have dropped into the 80s, but there is no breeze to speak of. You look at the flag all the way over there in turn number 3, and the wind is blowing straight down. There is not a lick of breeze at all here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Stacked and packed, ready to go through the Pitts Realty start zone in turn number 4. Led to the green, we're underway, and Rex Harris takes us into turn 1. Great job by the young man up on the Foley Equipment flag stand as we're underway. Trevor Drake, who is back in row 2, will follow Rex Harris into turn 3. Mitchell Franklin just to the outside, drifts up high on the track. And Mitchell Franklin, after a good run last night, took over the lead midway through the 20-lapper just a night ago. Is going to have to make up some ground as he is now back to third, and Sturgis Streeter starts to peek to the inside of him. When we first met Sturgis, it was a few years ago. He was over in the Kansas area, knew Darren Fuquay extremely well, came out and ran one of his backup cars. He now has moved from Kansas to Springfield, and now he has moved past the Dove Darling. Sturgis Streeter up 1 spot. He's now up into third, and there you see your point leader in J.C. Morton as he was back in 5th. He ducks to the inside, and he's going to move past Mitchell. He is now up into 4th. As Rex Harris, a 0.7-second lead over Sturgis Streeter now, with Trevor Drake in tow in third and J.C. Morton looking to the inside in 4th. Side by side for third. Morton gets around the 7L of Trevor Drake. Bobby Williams now looking to do the same thing to Mitchell Franklin. And boy, how things can change in just the span of a night. Last night, Mitchell Franklin was hooked up, got to the front and stayed there. Tonight, track conditions a little bit different. He has gone to the back. The flip side of that story, Sturgis Streeter just 1 night ago had a very poor outing, has had just a couple of races here and has not ran well. Well, tonight he has flipped the page, and he is now right behind Rex Harris for first and second. J.C. Morton has gone top shelf in third. What a great race with the top 5 cars. We are now 6 laps in. 14 laps to go on our 20-lap feature, and you've got 5 cars all in your screen. That one strong power move can put them to the front and grab them the lead, and that's what J.C. Morton just did that last lap. New leader on lap 7 goes to J.C. Morton. Off of 4. 2 car lengths out in front of Rex Harris. Continues to rim ride around the top side. He's found that brown dirt. That's where the traction is. After the track crew came out, they now have 2 distinct lines. High side's got some brown, low side's got some brown, and J.C. Morton had a 0.2-second advantage last lap. He has now doubled it. He is now out by 0.4. J.T. Carroll charging through the field as well. He's now up to 6th, working to the inside of Bobby Williams, as JC, your current race leader, through 3 and 4, has a 5-car length advantage over Sturgis Streeter, who's gotten around Rex Harris now. See that yellow flashing light? That means the Midwest Sheet Metal caution has come out. The car stopped on the infield is the reason the caution came out. Another car went to the pit area, but Tim Hazelton in the 22, second time he has been here at Lucas Oil Speedway, brings out that caution, and Mitchell Franklin slowed on the track. Last night's feature winner has already gone to the top side of turns 1 and 2. He's going to make the hard right-hand turn, head back to the pit area. We'll see if he goes to the hot pit or if he goes right back to our hauler. Pretty obvious his car not handling anywhere near what it was last night. So Mitchell Franklin heads back to the pit area. J.C. Morton has gotten out in front by half a second. We go back to the last completed lap. Rex Harris runs second. Sturgis Streeter third. That's your top 3, 9 laps into our 20-lap main. Back at Lucas Oil Speedway, Lucas Oil Slick Miss Night of Speed presented by General Tire. Slick Miss Show Me Shootout weekend as the B-Mods on the track. Joined by Trenton Berry down on the infield. He's got microphone in hand. A lot of work was done to this track. We've got one lap to go before we get back to racing action. Trenton, your view from what the track did from earlier on this evening, the work that's done, and how these B-Mods now navigating this 3/8 mile oval.
Yeah, the thing was pretty slick from top to bottom, and when the tractors and the tillers came out, they worked their magic on it and brought it back, not quite to its early condition at the start of the night, but a good raceable condition where these B-Mods can be the first ones out of the chute. They're putting on a good show.
Thank you, T-Bear. We'll hear from you a little bit later on. May get a word with Mike Striegel up on the flag stand as the evening goes, but he's a little busy right now. He whips that green flag out as J.C. Morton takes him through the Pitts Realty restart zone. 9 laps down, we'll reach the midway point next time by. Sturgis Streeter had been charging hard, and now Trevor Drake is going to work to the inside. He was back in 4th on that restart. He's going to capitalize, take 2 positions away. He climbs the leaderboard up to 2nd, Streeter back to 3rd, and how about J.T. Carroll, who started in 9th, and he is now into the top 5. Up into 4th, he wants 3rd. He started driving B-Mods full-time last year for the very first year. And with 10 laps down, the Midwest Sheet Metal Cautions comes out, and it's for a parking lot. Over in turn number 4, Randy Zimmerman in the Z28, the 34 of Mark the Shark Schaffman. He was here earlier this year. Caution brought out for him. As a look on it, on the replay, a couple cars get up high on the track. It looked like Zimmerman was the first car. Scott Chisholm escaped that in the 8X. And how about the 91 getting around the outside, Jalen Wettengale. Tanner Cade slides to avoid. Tim Hazelton comes in the 22. Eric Turner in the 99 got up in the muck all the way on the top side of turn 4. So 3 or 4 cars all started that. 4 other cars able to avoid. So a lucky break for all of them, and they are already all back out on the track, and the Hobby Time Motorsport safety crew, they can quickly go back to where they were as Tanner Cade, one of the cars that came sliding in, stopped over in the top side of 2, got a little bit of work done on his car, but looks as though he is okay. Got Mike Striegel down on the flag stand. See if we can get a word with him as he talks to the cars, letting them know, hey, get back single file. We need to make sure we get everybody lined out first. Mike Striegel says thumbs up. See if we can get a word with him. You know, Mike, got to hate it whenever you get a parking lot over there in turn 3 and 4 after J.C. Morton had got out to such a pretty good little lead on that restart.
Yeah, whenever you get a middle of the pack like that, you get a car spinning, man, it makes it tough for the guys from the middle of the pack back because it's hard to see. They're throwing tear-offs out there because the racetrack had a little bit of prep in it, and it was just good to see that nobody got their equipment tore up on that wreck. And a lot of times you see wrecks like that, and, man, it just ruins a bunch of people's nights. So heads up driving by all them guys in the back for sure to miss that Z28 car.
He knows about heads-up driving. He has ran here a number of times, has a championship to his credit. He's going to get back behind the wheel of a modified later on this season after taking a little bit of time off and giving his time here to Lucas Oil Speedway. Green flag is in the hand of Mike Striegel. Looking over in turn number 2, got a couple of people up on the top side there checking some cars out, but despite that, we're going to turn the lights out. Ethan Young in the 23 is going to head back to the pit area, but they are stacked and packed, and Mike Striegel is ready to let them go again, all under the guidance of J.C. Morton. Trevor Drake has moved up to 2nd, and the green flag back in the air, and J.C. Morton shoots out 3 car lengths and goes right back to the high rent district in 1 and 2. That's where he has found the speed, found the grip. He is shot out from Trevor Drake. But J.T. Carroll now, he has gotten up on the podium position right now in 3rd, and he is charging towards the front. JT out of Camdenton, Missouri, a Franklin chassis, Brummie engine in that 94C. Ran last year, first time in a B-Mod. Had some good runs, won at Springfield, but then when the USRA Nationals came in, a number of features get ran that entire week, and JT Carroll picked up a win here at Lucas Oil Speedway during USRA Nationals weekend. He is getting challenged on the outside now by Bobby Williams, last year's defending champ in the 1B, making his way to the front. And Bobby Williams started back in 6th. He's cut the field in half. He's now up to 3rd. Side by side, Williams and JT Carroll. This is for 3rd. J.C. Morton half a straightaway ahead of Trevor Drake. Another half a straightaway back to this battle for 3rd between Bobby Williams and J.T. Carroll. JT's dad used to drive here at Lucas Oil Speedway in a street stock. The super stocks are coming back to Lucas Oil Speedway for the Big Buck 50 later on in the year. And Rex Harris, who started on the pole, he's in the top 5 now, but the monster, Hoyt Miller, starts to look to the inside of him. Now he's right on the back bumper, gives just a little nudge as they go into 1 and 2. Gets Rex up out of his groove just a little bit, but that J2 race car of Hoyt Miller, Tony Jackson, and Chris Jackson build these B-Mods. That's a house car that Hoyt Miller is behind the wheel of. Picked up his first B-Mod win of his career earlier this year. Would still like to get one here at the Diamond of Dirt tracks. They get the 2 to go sign this time by as J.C. Morton continues to lead. He has stretched it out to a 2.5 second advantage over Trevor Drake. Another 2.5 to Bobby Williams. J.T. Carroll and Rex Harris, your top 5. But that top 5 might change with a lap and a half to go as Hoyt Miller continues to work on the back bumper of Rex Harris. 2-time champion J.C. Morton here at Lucas Oil Speedway. He won the championship in 16 and 18, but he has finished either 2nd or 3rd in the points every year since. Can he break to the top and win a championship again? He gets his 2nd win this season, and he puts himself in prime position to win a championship for a 3rd time at the Diamond of Dirt tracks. Your My Race Pass race results. J.C. Morton, a 2.6 second win over Trevor Drake. Bobby Williams up to 3rd. That's your podium. J.T. Carroll and Rex Harris. Good run for Rex after starting on the pole. Hoyt Miller up to 6th. Logan Smith, Colson Kirk, Reese Solander, and Sergis Streeter. That is your top 10. Flip the page over. Now your top 20 with Chase Jones and Caden Stacy. And you see the rest of them on down the line. But nobody could catch up with your race winner, J.C. Morton out of Springfield, Missouri. He wins for the 2nd time across the scales he comes. He'll come back out to the front stretch, and he will chat with Trenton Berry right after this as J.C. Morton, winner for the 2nd time at Lucas Oil Speedway.